Take us so far, broken down heart, like strung out old stars, plain talking served us so well. We traveled through hell, know how we felt.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I was muted. I know. I just saw it. Lamar, dude. This is actually super typical. It's like, okay, we've got the internet sorted, all of this is gonna be great, and then there's no mic. I mean, that's just typical. Shireen knows, yeah. What's up, y'all? How's everybody doing? It's your boy Slayer. Like I was busy saying to myself, we're out here, we've got some TI10 qualifiers to continue for Eastern Europe. However, we do have some new internet today, so a lot of the jitters we've been experiencing for the last month or so should be falling away. Let's see. Let's hope it goes well. Let me know how it is from your side. Make sure it's consistent, and you'll let me know if there's any complaints and any slideshows like it was yesterday. But now we get into DOTS. Team Empire versus Winstrike, and one of these two teams regretfully goes home today. And when you're done today, you're done for a long time. You are unfortunately not going to be playing any Valve Dota until probably next year. With TI being delayed, there's no way that TI is happening in August, right? Anyway, probably going to be delayed to like October, potentially even early November. That means that the start of the next season, which was supposed to start in January, might get pushed back as well. Yo, you gotta win this game. Let's just put it that way. If you want to have any opportunity of still playing competitively in the high circuits, rather. So let's see who's got the gas, who's got the best. Now, it really wouldn't be a snake cast. No, if everything just went smoothly, like I'd have to quit. Like there'd be no point. It can't. So now, Team Empire going up against Winstrike. Empire are on Radiant side. They're playing on Radiant side. They went for the first pick on the Dragon Knight, which is not surprising, but definitely one of the better heroes in the patch right now. Certainly, I'm expecting a raft of nerfs to come through to this hero when we do get a patch after these qualifiers. Winstrike will respond by taking up the Phoenix Axe. We've seen over and over again just how strong Dragon Knight Phoenix is. In fact, the trio has normally been Dragon Knight, Phoenix, Luna that has been doing a lot of work in these particular qualifiers as well. So I'm very glad that Winstrike first remove the Phoenix away from the Dragon Knight and then pick Axe. The reason I'm glad they pick Axe is that when you have Phoenix, I always want you to have an offlane hero that can benefit greatly from the Sunray and who can help protect the Phoenix Supernova if need be in the middle of the fight. You also have such a strong lane between these two heroes. So very strong start to their game for Winstrike. Team Empire, after picking Enchantress, they go for the Luna here in the second phase. Funnily enough, I'm actually very surprised that Enchantress was picked first phase instead of Winter Wyvern. I mean, it's Winter Wyvern. Both heroes, I want to say, do the same thing, right? Enchantress puts a lot more pressure on the early game and accelerates your game a little bit more. It's sort of, I mean, there's the Luna, right? We expected to see Luna with DK. If you're gonna have Luna DK, then I guess it does make more sense to have a hero like Enchantress, because this hero can help you accelerate the laning phase for the entire team, allow the Luna and the DK to get online even faster than they would otherwise, and depending on what creep you bring to the push, you can make that push even faster. You can bring in the Hellbear Smasher for bonus pushing speed, can bring in the Alpha Wolf for bonus damage. Whatever you do, there's a lot of ways to approach the fight that you have with Enchantress that's not necessarily there with Winter Wyvern, who's a lot more focused on just team fighting. And for Winstrike, they went Hoodwink Void. We saw Void game. Who played the Void yesterday? It was... which team was it that played Void yesterday? Damn, how could I forget now? I think it was Team Unique, wasn't it, that played Void? Oh, you're gonna go back to bed, Johnny. I don't know, no worries, fam. Go take a nap, it'll be all good, G. We'll see a bit later. Thompson is indeed the only person I've seen thus far playing Hoodwink mid. I personally don't think it's very good middle. And I've actually come around to thinking the hero can be very good. And for example, in this game, I really do hope that they put the Hoodwink in the 5 position, have him be the one that lanes with the Faceless Void. Between Hoodwink, having the Bushrack and the Acorn Shot and Time Walk from Void, it's pretty much impossible to expect to reliably damage this hero. You'll always have some kind of escape potential on the Void. I'm a bit worried though about the Void, and I love the fact that Team Empire went back to pick Lina. Having Lina with Void is extremely useful because it's an easy way to pump damage into the bubble, and a hero that can stay far back while the Void takes up a lot of the pressure in the fight and dish out a lot of damage from afar. You take that away from the side of Winstrike, now they have to think about heroes like Invoker, ban, Leshrac. And if you don't have a heal on your team, like a reliable one, an Oracle and a Baron, Leshrac is a little bit iffy to play right now. What else do they get? Death Prophet perhaps, but Then you're playing Death Prophet with Faceless Void, with Phoenix. You have these super long cooldowns. Whereas on the side of Team Empire, they're fighting often. Look at their draft right now. Lina Enchantress, Luna DK. The DK ult is long. You have to wait and fight around that. But you don't really need Luna ult to be online for this team to move forward. But it still is dependent on what they're putting into the mid lane. We don't know if this Lina is going mid, if this Lina is a support instead. They still have to really think about it. And Winstrike are gambling that this is potentially a mid Lina because they're banning out supports here in the final phase of bans. Oops. Dropped my phone, sorry. Oh, Weedamil. Welcome, comrade. What's up? What's going on? No, but it was a team that we watched here. I think it was unique. I'm pretty sure it was unique, yeah. Yeah, it was unique because I remember Ghostvic was playing... There was a game where FN played the Lina. Yeah, FN played Lina and then... Was it? Am I getting confused? No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, FN played Lina and Palantimos played Void, yes. That happened yesterday and then they got dumpstered. That was that game, Jerry. Remember when we were so shocked that they were losing that game? That was when there was that moment with a 4-hero Chronosphere by the tier 1 tower middle. But then Winter's Curse hit the same chrono. So there was no damage. It was hilarious. Team Empire, they are judging that Winstrike still need to put a mid hero for Rebel. And I agree with them. They ban out his Doom. They ban out his Void Spirit. I guess Rebel is probably going to play Death Prophet or Leshrac. Oh god, Puck is still in the game. Alright. So they get the Puck right now for Empire. So this is the hero that's gonna go mid, gonna help you set up your fights for your team. It's also one of these heroes that can hunt Faceless Void. You can hunt Faceless Void and it's very scary. If Puck gets ahead, it's not fun actually playing Void into this hero. You have to get such an early BKB that you're not really comfortable with the game state. I mean, you definitely get BKB in this game anyway as Winstrike on the Faceless Void against Lina, DK, Puck. Yeah, man. Gonna need the item. But what are they gonna put into this mid lane versus the Puck? TA's banned, Invoker's banned. Like I said, Leshrac DP is the ones I can imagine, but I don't know. The thing is, you can't even go for heroes, say, like, wouldn't like it, but even a tiny middle doesn't necessarily work all that well because of this Faceless Void. And you get the Bat Rider now. Bat Rider. Where's the damage? Where's the damage, Winstrike? Where's the hurt? Where's the hurt come from, yo? Yo, basically, they need to rely on execution on another level, effectively. Axe and Bat Rider need to have games that just don't happen often with these kind of heroes. You need to have a stellar performance, a consistent performance throughout the production. And the thing is, when you look at the heroes that they're playing into, yeah, sure, Bat Rider can be extremely useful after you jump forward. Yeah, Axe and Bat can be really great after you jump forward and get the catch and you drag them back to your team. And they have the ability to kill most of these heroes, except for the DK. Not everybody is that tanky. But killing these heroes is going to require a lot of effort. You're going to have to always use an ultimate, or at the very least, have 3 or 4 heroes following up on the Axe. This is the kind of draft that you pick when you are certain that you're much better than your opponent. But I don't know, this Team Empire draft just seems very straightforward. And I kind of think right now, Dota's in a place where sometimes the really straightforward ideas are what's working right now. This Winstrike draft seems a bit complicated. You also have such a hard time using this Chronosphere throughout the game. I mean, unless they want to use Chronosphere as a sort of pseudo setup, you don't have to kill the hero inside the bubble because there'll still be follow-up from Bat Rider and Axe, who don't necessarily have the longest cooldowns, so aren't worried about running out of gas and steam in the middle of the fight. So this is going to be high execution from Winstrike versus straight, clear, consistent style of play from Team Empire. Which one is going to win out? Is it going to be Team Empire with this straightforward draft, with the Puck at the helm of it? Or are we going to have the Winstrike crew pull out a dub and show us that they have the execution? Game 1, elimination. Let's find out.
Prepare for battle.
So we are out here. Do they grow aggro try? I don't think so. I think they could if they wanted to, but it's not necessary for them.
stop dying, I'm out of tips.
I unironically prefer Empire's draft, like, quite a lot. So I think they're the team that doesn't need to do anything weird and strange. Just play a very standard game of Dota and you probably come out on top. It's, I think, gonna have to come from the side of Winstrike to do interesting things. But then again, they also don't have that much room to do interesting things, right? You have to have this Batrider middle because this hero needs so much experience to be successful these days. And we have a small fight around this bounty rune here. 3-hero bushwhack from Yamich might be able to save somebody's life, but unfortunately not. Empire played aggressively and they moved as a full unit, get up the high ground and find the first blood, bringing down Pantomime and definitely securing themselves double runes. You know how I normally feel that it should be supports that find first bloods? The only exception to that is if it's a mid laner. If your mid gets a first blood, man, that feels good. They're gonna still try and snag 3 bounties here. Can they make this happen? Do they get 4? Petshara, does he have Dragon Tail stun? He does. Oh my god, do they have 4 bounties? Are you kidding me? And a first blood. Okay. Alright, Empire. Alright. 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 That's how you start a game of Dota 2. And remember everybody, this is elimination Dota. There are no second chances. There are no mulligans. You lose this one BO3, you're donezo. Gotta wait till next year to play more Dota. So now we are into it. Laning phase should be fairly beneficial for the side of Empire as well. And let's see, have they haven't decided to yet block any of these camps from this Enchantress. Yamich might decide to just body block it physically. Okay, there we go. Blocks the one camp with the sentry, body blocks the other one physically. You gotta do this. You are not allowed to give Enchantress a free lane. And if you don't do this, she's going to have a free lane and make life extremely difficult for you. So definitely the right thing to do. Vansko right now not sitting with any sentries of his own. Only gets one now off the courier. So we'll have to wait a little while before he can actually have some different impact in this lane beyond just simply throwing out right clicks. And then this top lane, Diraisho versus the Dragon Knight. Not the most fun lane to farm, admittedly, for the DK, or for the Void rather. You have to deal with a lot of harass from this Lina. Petshara is going to get the Breathe Fire at some point, which makes life really complicated because you as Void rely so much on your base stats to give you necessary damage, so losing out on that makes quite a difference. And then of course we have our mid lane here. Rabel versus Depressed Kid. This is a lane which you don't see all that much anymore. It's a lane that generally just trades in terms of farm. Pre-level 6, neither of these heroes can even kill each other. So I'm expecting this to just be a wash in this lane. A small mistake made by Depressed Kid there to come back the side because he might end up losing out on the rush towards the rune on the other side. Yep. And indeed, Rebel realizes this as well. He's like, I'm gonna try and exploit this. Will Depressed Kid get there in time? No, he won't. Hashtag winning. And you're doing this just as a creep wave is coming in underneath your tower. As Batrider is not the most difficult thing in the world to farm under these conditions. Although Rebel's missing quite a few of these CS. So I think Depressed Kid has done a really good job of pressuring this Batrider to make sure that even though you lost out on the rune trade, you're still applying actual lane pressure to the opponent. Very nicely done here by this puck. There's some game-winning kind of stuff that we're seeing from him. Top lane, Diraicho. We did mention that Petshara would get Breathe Fire. Hasn't decided to go for it yet, but the harass from Sayu has clearly done a number on the top lane because Diraicho has practically 0 CS. 7 CS at this point, being outstripped handedly by this Dragon Knight. DK also has 6 denies on him. DK has many denies basically as Diraicho has lost hits. And he keeps using this Dragon Tail. That's so base, dude. Dude, look at Petshara go! Oh my god, I'd be so tilted right now if I was Diraicho. Finally gets a range creep to himself, but it has really been a tough time so far for Diraicho. No, Suchlo did not get COVID. Suchlo broke his arm, dude. Which is very sad. Top lane. Dragon Tail stun into the LSA. It's gonna be time walked away by Diraicho, but it's still a lot of damage that he took. Gonna have to back off. Is there a salve in the lane? There is one, and Pantomime will have to hand it over. No other option in this situation. Yeah, dude, Suchlo just broke his arm. It is what it is. So Petshara standing in for him. With this kind of start though, where things are very, like right now, quite favored for Team Empire. In fact, bottom lane actually might lose Cheshire Cat, who is the one that's been getting the most in terms of CS from his team. And they just zone him back. They don't really want to chase him all that far forward. Smiling Knight is primarily concerned with his own farm rather than trying to depress the axe. Which personally I do think is the better way to play Dota. If they make TI, I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea how that's going to work. But I imagine so, that they'd have to play with Petshara. Bottom, see a bushwhack going out onto Vansco, but it's not really doing anything. He did manage to find the earlier D ward, and he's going to get rid of his own sentry now. That way he can start getting more creeps, see how much more active he can get. This top lane, Sayu might be in some danger here. Icarus dive came through, but Pantomime realized that he couldn't stop the dive halfway, otherwise he'd be in a lot of danger. And Diraicho also recognizing that, spells are coming back off cooldown, so maybe time to back off. And more than just spells coming off cooldown, Depressed Kid is showing up to the top lane. LSA is gonna show up after the snap of the Dream Coil, and they do enable themselves to find a kill onto Diraicho. Great rotation there from the puck. And I wasn't even expecting it to happen, because normally we see these rotations happening at level 7. But Depressed Kid, finding the sliver of an opportunity, makes it happen faster than normal, and gets that early kill. Looks like Rabel's gonna try head top as well to get some revenge here. Sayu will scout out that Rabel is coming. There's no Chronosphere from Diraicho, so there's no easy way to stop him from making this approach. And Flame Break will push back this Lina, and they should be able to kill her, but hashtag Worth, you're okay with this. Big rotation to kill a support. In the meantime, it's not like Puck wasn't farming. And is Puck just gonna stack? I thought Puck was gonna make a rotation back to top. That would be hilarious, but just wants to stack some camps right now. Make sure that there's future farm available for this Luna, who is having a very good time down here in the bottom lane. Everybody from Empire is having a grand time. Such a good start to the game for them. They do end up losing Vansco on the other side of the map, so he went a bit too deep onto this high ground. Dies here. We do see that Puck heads top again. Dream Coil is back online. Oh, shouldn't have thrown that Illusion Orb. You've been scouted now. They know you're here. Also, why didn't they smoke for this? They have one sitting on Sayu. I feel like they could have made that move happen, but Dream Coil will still catch out onto the Faceless Void. Cannot time walk away. Dragon Tail stun, not even needed. And Petshara just kept it in the event that he needed to cancel a TP. And they still find the kill. Man, Team Empire is looking so good right now. Diraicho being dead again in the top lane means they can start pressuring this tower with the Dragon Knight form. And not just pressure the tower, but take it entirely. Generally speaking, as Dragon Knight, success is when you push a tower down to like 50% with your first Dragon Knight form, but killing it outright, it's just perfect. Yeah, he did, yeah. Because they blocked these camps here, and they kept... And Yamich keeps running to body block this camp, so he ran to the other side, dude. What a player. Sayu ends up getting brought down again in the top lane, and Rabel once again rotates to the side of the map. Can't find a bigger target. This must be really frustrating, right? 2 rotations from Depressed Kid, 2 core kills, but nothing of the same kind for Rabel. And every time he moves off this lane, it's easier for Puck to put pressure on the tower than vice versa. It's been a difficult start to the game for the side of Winstrike. on the bright side for them is that Rebel and Cheshire Cat are still getting farm. And because they have Batrider and Axe, Axe can afford to not rush his Blink Dagger. But one of them has to. Somebody has to get Blink. Like, if he's buying BKB first from Rebel, this is a huge mistake. He needs to be BTs into the Blink. This needs to happen ASAP for the team. And they actually might find a kill onto Depressed Kid though. I think he's a little bit out of position here. Waning Rift though gets him far enough out of danger. Doesn't get caught by Cheshire Cat. Alright. I mean, to be fair, like I said, they don't have the Blink Dagger. Yamich at the time, I think, wasn't expecting to be able to realistically land a Bushwhack onto Puck. So, difficult to find that catch. And Puck is allowed to play as aggressively as he wants. Cheshire Cat in the meantime, rinsing through these Ancients. Getting closer and closer to having that Hood of Defiance for the team. Would have been hilarious if Vansco was able to steal that. He's gonna block the camp with this Wild Wing Ripper. What a player, dude. What a player Vansco is. Might end up dying for this one from Rabel, but hashtag worth, honestly. Rhyme! Rhyme! What's up, boss Rhyme? How you doing, comrade? Nice little pause here so we can just take stock of where we are in the game. Just a couple of DCs. So Team Empire right now feeling really good about their position on the map. As we were mentioning, for Winstrike, unfortunately, their draft doesn't do all that much until we get closer towards these Blink Daggers for Rabel, as well as for this Cheshire Cat Axe. They just need to buy time for Diraicho because, man oh man, this Void has just had a rough beginning to this game. Doesn't even have access to the Javelin just yet. So for the next, like, what, 5-6 minutes, I think Winstrike will try to do everything in their power to keep Diraicho on opposite sides of the map as to where fights are happening. Ah, yes. Void is a good hero, clown face. Let's clown it up for the faceless Void, huh? Oh no, I'm getting a bit of lag. Bit of lag spike here. Bit of a lag spike. Hold on, let's see. Come on, new internet. It's new internet. Recover, new internet. Oh god, oh god. Okay, there we go. So it looks like we'll still have like the odd spike here and there, but for the most part, it's a lot more stable than the wireless. Yeah, he's gonna get right. He's right around the corner. Maelstrom BKB is coming just now. Just now. Don't worry. Don't worry. Then he's gonna destroy everybody, man. Never mind that by the time he gets these items, this Luna is gonna be so much further ahead of him that he's gonna struggle to dish out necessary damage to kill her. He's got this, fam. Smiling Knight has the Mask of Madness already, getting closer towards the gold needed for the Manta. You can afford at least a Blade of Alacrity right now. Depressed Kid, because of the way this game is, you love these kind of games when you're playing as Puck, where you see that the enemy team will not have any mobility until they buy Blink Daggers. It means that you don't have to buy Blink yourself early. Like, I don't even think you need Blink second in this game as this Puck. You can go Witchblade, Yules if you really want to. You can go, even if you wanted like Sanjay and Kaya, I don't know, you can do what you want in this game. Just feels there's so much pressure on this Axe Batrider. Especially because it's going to be quite a while until this Diraicho Void can do anything in this game. And now here we go. Back in it, the game is starting.
Here we go.
Diraicho, let's see if he can find a way to take away the clowns and give some pride towards his team. Make Rhyme happy. Oh, you see, there we go. Putting out some observer wards. Not 100% useless in this game, yo. Helping out the team by giving vision. That's what we like to see. Still gonna be a quiet game for a little bit, at least for Winstrike. So Team Empire recognize this fact and say, well, why don't we actually play a bit aggressively here? They see Rebel, but it's very difficult to make this jump onto the Batrider, who's just now hiding behind the trees. They don't have adequate vision of him at the moment. He'll just port out. With this Lina, she'll go bottom, force back this tower push. Man, this tower's at full HP down bottom. This is so sad. Like, literally full HP here. And this early game for Team Empire just looks so strong for them. Mid tower is probably soon to fall if they can get a Sea Dragon push, or if Petshara wants to use the DK4 middle. This Luna not really concerned about getting involved in the game. She just wants her Dragon Lance into Manta. Meh, don't expect to see her for a while. And she doesn't have to worry about it, right? Diraicho is not really a threat at all on the other side of the map. Oh no, my OBS is lagging out quite a bit. I think I might have to restart it in a second. This time around, it's actually the program itself, not my internet. Hey, say D! Young D! Young D! What's up, fam? How you doing? How you doing, OG? Definitely doing better than Winstrike is, because right now, they are struggling. DK just picked up a Blink Dagger, so this is a good time for them to try and make a smoke move on the side of Empire. Who's got the smoke? Vansko is sitting with it. Yep, here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go do some stuff, y'all. No real viable targets they have vision on right now, so their side of the map is relatively quiet. They see the Faceless Void and they just stopped vision on some of these heroes on the north side of the map, but that's not who they want. Killing Void would be great. They're gonna come across this Phoenix, get the jump onto her, and Phoenix, bye-bye. Bye-bye. That's a dead Phoenix. Okay. Phoenix gone, down for the count. And now they're gonna try and lead onto the tier 2 tower, or tier 1 tower, excuse me, in the mid lane. They have the DK form active, so can finish off this push, hopefully very soon. And there's gonna be the first jump from Cheshire Cat, revealing his Blink Dagger, getting middle, bushwhack onto Petshara. No kill just yet, they don't have the damage. They now come in with the Dragon Knight to just turn onto the Faceless Void, who tried to get in on the side of the fight, but immediately got himself Dream Coiled and killed shortly thereafter. That was okay. Why did he come? Diraicho, dude. If you're gonna show up here, he TP'd in this side instead of maybe TPing into the tier 2 or onto the other side of the tier 1. That was an odd place for a Void to show up and to expect to be able to find a good place to fight. And they end up killing him as a result. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna quickly restart the stream.